to live a fruitful life. We normally say February is the month of love, and everybody is thinking of the loved one, that special person. How to show love in various forms, that they will feel and understand that indeed you love them. Love yourself enough to live a fruitful life, meaning life begins with you, and so is love. It's because you're existing, it's because you are okay, it's because you are happy. That's why there's a relationship. So if love doesn't begin with you, every other thing you're doing is fake. Love is supposed to begin with you. Love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. I'm so excited about it. I don't know about you. I'm so excited about the topic. Love begins with you. So love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. Once you hear of love, what comes to your mind? Somebody else. So we always give fake, because it's what you have that you give. What you feel, what you embrace, what you enjoy, what you can attest to, that you can equally give to other people. But if you don't feel it, if you don't embrace it, if you don't experience it, what are you giving out? What are you giving out? Love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. Oh, hi, Sedinam. Whoa, I'm happy you're here. Love yourself enough, my darling, to live a fruitful life. The very moment we hear love, somebody else comes to mind. It's February, the month of love, and we all thinking of that special one. What to do for them, what to do with them, what to do by them. Love begins with you and I. And so we embrace the love we have for ourselves and feel it ourselves and experience it ourselves. Every other thing we give into that special person we claim, the person won't enjoy it. It will just be fake. We can only give what we can attest. We can only give what we experience, what we know of. So anytime you hear love, instead of thinking of that special person, make it a habit such that you will be better for that special person. Once you are better, happier, and healthier, that special person gets a partner who is happier, better, and healthier. So everything begins with you and I. Unless otherwise, we don't understand what it means to be in love. So if February is the month of love, then think about yourself as a person. How your life is supposed to profit that special person. But your life can only profit somebody else when it's profiting your own self. We are raised to socialize, to be good wives, good husbands, good fathers, good this, good that. That little boy in you and that little girl in you, who is nurturing them? Who is nurturing that little boy in you, giving him so much love, helping him overcome the childhood traumas so he would be able to trust other people, to embrace love, even for his own self? So until our souls are healed, we can't do anything with anybody else. Until we give to ourselves enough, whatever will be given to somebody else would come from an empty cup. And that special person can never enjoy. And that's why many a time, even with conflict, we come from the angle of, I am the saint, my partner is the sinner. Because you are not healed enough to love yourself and to understand that as human as you are, you can make mistakes. So your partner is equally a human being to make mistakes. And if you love yourself and you desire to live a fruitful life, it means you are living intentionally. You don't live anyhow. So adeɛ sana wadidi na wakɔ adwuma aba na afei aso na celebrate your birthday and then you are 1 year older. You don't live like anybody else lives. Your life is intentional. Everything about you is purposeful. You love yourself so much to just live anyhow, to live like the whole crowd. So understand that love begins with you. And for you to be a full agentic adult with your emotions under check, a person who can manage and regulate your own emotions so that you would also have the ability to be with somebody else and love the person so full, you would have to live intentionally. So when I say love yourself enough to live a fruitful life, what that means is we are not supposed to just be the same. We are not just to grow older. We are supposed to grow up, mature, marinate. And this comes in areas that as a person, you would know better. What my project is on my soul, my spirit, and my body this year is to put my finances in check. And today I have some tips for those of you who are so gentleman and so ladylike that you don't want to live in the brick and mortar age. and still financially, you know you are sick. The things other people can do and do them so well, we think because we are highly educated, we can't do them. And yet it's normal for us to be highly educated and still be poor, broken. I can't understand that about us as humans. Yet me qualify a juma be say for more manco school, whereby these people are living better than we are. And still will not humble ourselves to understand that a job is a job, a work is a work. You can live from every point. So there are some things we think is for odon school. Sukun and abrabon. From working with people over all these years, I've come to realize that look, it's no more about our certificates anymore. So the educational system was supposed to prepare us for life, but many of us only got certificates. I have first degree, masters. Who cares? And yet you are broken. And we take pride in parading out there with a public facade that all is well with us, all is not well with us. Many of you are gifted, talented. Instead of developing those gifts and those talents that we can see which of them that you would work, you work them out. Until you start working them out, you wouldn't know which ones you build career, which ones you build business, which ones are supposed to be hobbies. You can't sit in your couch and watch Netflix, watch TV programs, and expect life to no. For hours. No. So it's no more about the devil. Yeah, because there's so much you can do to live a fruitful life. What are you passionate about as a person? That you can develop and deploy, make a business out of it, use it to help a lot of people, use it to service a lot of people, and get paid for. That is an aspect you don't understand. Some people are out there creating jobs whereby there are so many demands around us. You don't create a demand, you serve a demand. So love yourself enough to live a fulfilled life means your life is supposed to be intentional. What can you do differently and better this year, such that this year would be a better and a different year for us? I mean, our best year so far. January is gone, whether we like it or not. We are in February, the month of love, and you are thinking about your special person. What about yourself? What about putting your life in perspective, in order? What about working on yourself so much that you know your soul communicates to you that you are living instead of just existing? Every single person, including myself, stands the chance to make our life better. Everybody. But just like the process of the cocoon to the butterfly, it comes with a lot of hard work. Your hard work might be different from my hard work, but there's work to be done. We see some people, we think they are so much grace in whatever they are doing. On the Odnisaka Bibia na ye, that is what we see and interpret. We don't know the price they pay. Some study, some do a lot of things. So now my policy is, even if I'm not graced to do the things that would come to somebody else swiftly, I will still learn and do them well. So there is engineer grace. What that means is you worked extra, but you got the same result that somebody that you thought those things came to them swiftly and on a silver platter. They got it easier, but we would have to work extra hard for the same thing. And sometimes it's not just the extra hard, it's because we don't know what we don't know. When I started, I said a lot of my services are paid. What else can I give out there that people can watch and feel it for free? I started YouTubing. Last week, my video was very bad. And I'm like, I can't give this to somebody who wants to listen to me. It's an insult and disrespect to the person. What did I do? I subscribed to another app. It's a paid app. But I wanted you to hear me audibly. So somebody might get a good network because of where the person is. It comes to them. Once they pay for the service, they get it. Where I am, I can't get that kind of service I want. I would have to engineer something else. So somebody can just pick a phone and go live and the person is speaking. I would need another app. So aside paying for the internet, I would have to pay for another app. StreamYard, those of you know it, it's a subscription based. And that is a typical example I can give to you about grace and engineered grace. So where do you want your life to go? If you think some people are getting it so easier, they have family, they have these, that they are doing things for them. Yes, it's true. Some people get married and they have a house that they never built, they never paid for. It was given to them by their parents. If you are like me, that all you have is you and yourself, what do? You plan your life intentionally. So love yourself enough to cut your own path in this life and don't live like anybody else. Because some people might have that grace to do things, that people will do things for them, family, friends, even those in developed countries that you can get scholarship and go to school and all that. Some parents might decide to say, I won't allow my children to take student loans. I would pay their fees for them fully. That is their engineered grace. You and I might not have that privilege. What do? We seek help from somewhere else. And one beautiful thing I've learned about this life is that when the universe sees that we are ready, it opens doors of opportunity and privileges for us. So some of us are waiting on God, but actually God is waiting on you to take that first step. If you really love your life and you want to live a fruitful life, forget about the whole crowd. And you get your own like a manifesto for your life. This is where I want my 12 months to go. And forget about what other people are getting. Your life. Where do you want your life to go? Some of us have hit a significant age that we are supposed to have a 10-year plan in place. Before your very eyes, you'll be 40, you'll be 50, you'll be 60, and life is gone. Life gone doesn't mean you're going to die, but energy is gone. Privileges are gone. Just because we only survive, life has become robotic, routine. We don't really sit down and reconsider and recalculate our life. So the same pattern, January, I'm saying the same things we normally do. Yeah, January, February, so about the same things. Yeah, ni bepa ye husu we are May, June, the same patterns. No, it's about time we decide that we will have to live intentionally. That this is the path I want my life to go. Whether it's your career, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your finances, we have to be intentional about these things. And we'll never know the path we are going until we begin taking steps. Until we take steps, there won't be any clarity. So if we are afraid to take the steps, with all the great dreams and vision, it would just be in our head. And nobody can help us until we put in action what we our dreams and our purpose and how we want our lives to be transformed. Every year we are struggling financially, whereby between January to December, we can put some systems in place. If only we'll be intentional enough to say enough is enough. It doesn't matter the age in which we are. If we decide today, I am 50, I am 60, I am 70, and yet I have the awareness that I don't want to live broken anymore, there is something we can change. Everybody stands the chance to make our lives better. So why aren't we taking actions? The universe doesn't see what is in our minds and our hearts until we take the first step. until we take the first steps. It's like a coloria. First steps, maybe you fall down, but it's normal. But if you're afraid in this age and time of what people will say because you've made a mistake, because you didn't do the business well, because the thing you started didn't go as you wanted, and because of that, you are just there, our lives can never be transformed. And many of us, your souls know that you could have lived a better life. So people see us and they think you are doing well, but your soul knows that this is not the address at which you're supposed to live. What else can you do differently and better this year? If it's your finances, what can you do? It doesn't matter your age. You can do something about your finances. Nobody is supposed to be broken in this age. It's not just enough to sit down and say, I am done with my work. It doesn't give me the fulfillment I want, and you are just there. You are done with it. How would your life run? Some things are prayed for, others are paid for. So without financial check, and we are only praying and nothing is changing because we are not taking action. Prayer itself is a cycle. You speak to your Father God, He speaks back to you, you take action. And it's the action that will determine. But we are afraid to take the action. What can you do differently this year so you can live a fulfilled life? I can't think properly when it comes to this assertion that we can work in institutions, whether government, whether private, for 10, 20, 30, 40 years and we end up being broke. And it's still normal to us. But immediately we start a business, just a year or two, if it doesn't yield results and yield profits, we feel we've wasted time. Wasted time. So what can you do differently to make your life better? Starting with your finances. What extra can you do? Just like I said, some things are prayed for, many others are paid for. So we can't pride in the fact that we pray so well and fast so well and we are broken, and it's normal to us. It's not supposed to be normal to us in this age to be broke and broken. How would you be intentional about your finances? What extra can you do? Because of our mindset, we can't do certain things because we think it's for some people lower than us. And those people we consider lower than us, they are living good. They are living fruitful. They are living purposeful. They are living intentional. And you dress up and show up at a job that we don't have any source of income again, whereby we have residual bills that comes weekly and monthly, and our source of income is just one. Why should that be normal to us? Love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. I am not talking about luxury. I am talking about the basic needs of life that you need as a human being, created in the image and likeness of God. So what extra can you do? Your gift, your talent, how can you make it marketable? Have you heard of online courses? That just the same way we are chatting here, you can create a room, whether it's on a StreamYard like I'm using or Zoom, and you put the course out there for people to pay. That you can derive a source of income from it. So you sit down and draw and plan how the course would go, like you are teaching a class. But this can be virtual. Virtual means you can reach anybody in any part of the world. You don't have to be physically present. You can also have a subscription-based membership. Those of you who join our difficult but necessary conversations, it's a subscription-based. It's not for everybody, it's for the great and inquiring minds. We talk about things you can't hear from anywhere, but we need those conversations because our growth and sanity are very necessary. They are subscription-based. You pay monthly. What service can you render to people? What can you do that will people will pay you for that service? Do you know about network marketing? Some of you here and you come with all the scams and every other thing. A former US president was interviewed and asked, should he lose every other thing, how would he establish his money back? And he said, I'll research into an awesome network marketing business with great business models and payment plan, and give me 2 years in a row. I'll turn around my situation. Some of you hear network marketing and you don't know what that means. So you call it any name you want. The richest people I know in this life, those who made the billions in dollars, the millions, many of them came out of network marketing. We don't know what we don't know. And we are not open-minded to also learn. Yes, there are a lot of scams there, but there are genuine ones with awesome products. I'm a proud product of network marketing, and I love it. So I use my own skincare products. I have my own travel portal platform, and I have nutrition. You can also do in-person trainings. Everything you have survived, everything you've learned that worked for you, you can teach other people and get paid for it. Not only people who can pay, high value people who can afford your services, because everything is not supposed to be for free. When people pay, they pay attention. That is an aspect that we don't get yet. When people pay, they pay attention. So some things, I don't give it for free anymore. So you can do training Upon all your experiences in life, what have you specialized in that you can teach other people? Whether they are children, whether it's the youth, whether it's women, men, what can you teach that others can subscribe to because you give them value? I am sold out on what I'll give to you in my coaching class. And because I'm sold out on what I'm going to give to you in my class, you would have to make a commitment to pay too. And you can build a source of income. You have your nice, beautiful job, but you need other sources of income for you to live and service all your financial bills. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of poverty. I've seen what poverty can do to good and intelligent people. So those of you say money is evil, money is that, I have left that address. I don't live on that address anymore. It's poverty that is evil. Do you know about e-commerce? Do you know e-commerce? Some of you can write so well. Within a month, at least a quarter, you can write a book and put it on Amazon Kindle and get paid once people read. Have you heard of affiliate marketing? There is so much out there, and we are in the information age. So why can't we research about these things and use them to make our lives better? Some people can sell porridge, others can sell their... I was telling somebody, the same area and the same community and the same town that people claim there is no work. As for here, there's nothing you can do here. Others are doing 2, 3, 4 businesses and getting sources of income everywhere. And we are broken, and we think it's normal. No, it's not normal to this brain anymore. It's not normal to this brain anymore. So financially, what can you do? Either you are in service or in a goods. Some of you can also go into consulting. And that means you should always be reading. If you want to attract the high-paying clients, you should always be updating. So at a certain age, we should have carved our niche. And based on that, we develop and deploy it and get paid. So the month of love, let's consider what we can do to also make our lives fruitful. So we can love ourselves and be able to love others properly. You can only give what you have. There is so much scam in love because we don't even love ourselves enough. We can't accept ourselves enough. How do we then go out there and claim to love others? From what? It's only what we have that we give to others. What extra can you do to get extra money, to boost your financial standing so that your life would be fruitful financially? So I've given about 5 or 6. These are for those who think, as for them, brick and mortar is no more their age. They want technology, they want all that. Yes. This one, you can do it anywhere. All these are online or in person. That we are rabbi enough, we are crutchy enough. You don't want to do the kinds of things we want to get into the gutters and do. But you need extra source of money. You can try any of these. In life, listen, it's either you are sold or you are selling. In this life, It's either you are sold, you are being sold, or you are selling. What that simply means is if you are in a job, you are selling your expertise, your time, and you are getting paid for. Somebody else employs you for your time and your expertise, your skills, and pays you for. So when I hear people saying, as for me, I'm not a salesperson, I just wink and go away. In today's age, everybody is selling in a form, in a kind. Trading our time for paid, to be paid with salary, with wages, we are still being sold. So if after 30, 40, 50, there's supposed to be a plan such that we'll live intentionally, it won't be anyhow. Because when you bepa on so na we 50, I will go 60 na brabona sa. Love yourself enough to live an intentional life such that your soul will be happy. I'm not talking about luxury. I'm talking about living a purposeful life. Because after all said and done, we would all return to our set point. What is your plan for your health? After you've sorted your finances out, what is your plan for your health? And after 60, 70, every other disease and would just pass by anyhow. And all that money that you've worked for, what sign the abesa yare? Now there's a research out there indicating that many of the autoimmune diseases are a result of our emotional instability. So if you are not healthy emotionally, you are not healthy. And the danger is when there's a dissonance between body, soul, and spirit. When everybody sees you and think you are beautiful, you are looking good, and yet your soul is dying. Mental health issues, we don't care. The things we are supposed to address, we won't address them. We'll wait until one day we aggressively, instead of assertively addressing issues as and when they occur. Love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. And that means you will be a happy person. From happy to happier. If you've hit 30, 40, 50, you should be on a quest to financial freedom. And when we talk about financial freedom, it's such that should you not get paid any salary for a whole calendar year, you can still live and pay your basic bills, your basic needs. That means you should have some investments running. Aside the jobs, we should have other sources of income, even if it's extra 1 or 2. And every year, intentionally, we'll be adding something. There's so much information in this age that none of us is supposed to be broken. What plans do you have for your health? Love yourself enough to live a healthier life. So if you think this is a month of love, the best love you can give to yourself is to live a healthy and a healthier living being. If you're healthier, you are happier. And if you are healthier and happier, you give your partner a healthier and a happier mate. And you bless their soul so much. You are always moody. You are always depressed. You are always sad. If it's financially, deal with it. We've talked about that already. But health, deal with your mental health. Don't just be there and be overwhelmed by issues because you're afraid to address them. In today's age and time, people still live and harbor toxic relationships when you know your sanity and growth are affected. Your mental health is affected. And it's still normal. Some things are not supposed to be normal to us in this age. Address them assertively. You can be in the gym, you can exercise, you can have a good health plan in place. If you don't deal with your emotional health and your mental health, you can never be a healthier person. So don't just be there and get overwhelmed by issues to the point that you are broken. Don't just be in toxic relationship and accept it as normal in this age. No. Address them assertively, in love. In a healthy relationship, a couple can talk about everything. So if you're afraid to discuss the issues affecting your mental health, then that in itself tells you that your relationship is not healthy. And very soon you'll be broken. Don't accept it. It doesn't matter how long you have stayed in it. Your soul is dying. And the danger is when there's a dissonance between the soul, the spirit, and the body. Your body is looking beautiful. Everybody thinks you have a great, awesome relationship, but you know the relationship is toxic. There is no respect. There is no love. There is no care. With all the indifference and contempt and microaggression, gaslighting, and all that. And you get out there and you are pretending to the world that you are okay in a healthy relationship, putting up that flawless public facade of a successful relationship, whereby inside you are dying. Address it. My dear, address it. Your mental health is at stake. Address these things. If it's a relationship you want to keep and maintain, please address it. If not, the only thing you will do is to check up emotionally. You are not in, you are not out. Emotionally, you are checked out. And you think you are fighting your partner. No, it's affecting your mental health. You will not be healthy emotionally. So it's to your own advantage that you address these issues. Those you can ignore, praise the Lord, ignore them. Every relationship has their own issues. Some you can't even talk about publicly. It's normal. But if you decide not to talk about them, then make sure you don't also think about them and get so much overwhelmed and worried. If you won't talk about it, then know that emotionally you have dealt with it and you've let it go. It's not everything you're supposed to consider anyway. Some things you just ignore them. But once it affects your mental health, then it means something must be done about it. How do you address your issues in your relationship? If the relationship is healthy, you can talk about everything. From the way you feel, from the way you don't feel, from what you lack, from what you are giving, from what you are not getting. You can talk about everything, from everything to everything. And your partner will make room to accommodate you. When you bring your needs across, your partner will listen and find ways of making that thing work. That is a healthy relationship. So love yourself enough to live a fruitful life means, number 2, you take care of your health. And your health is not just taking your medication at this age, but your health is all inclusive, the total component of health. Your mental health, your emotional health, your love health. So you can enjoy your partner. We were brainwashed, advised wrongly to think that after 50, everything about you is supposed to be from one sickness to other. No, God forbid. If we check our mental health and we check our emotional health, we can be 60, 70, 80 and still happier and healthier. So don't be so overwhelmed and stay in a toxic relationship and be afraid to address your issues. In every stage, in every relationship, you have 3 options. Number 1, either you live in the denial state to let everybody think that all is well with you. You finish crying, wash your face, and put your makeup on, and you are out there. As for me, my relationship is superb. Who cares anyway? Live in a denial. No, this can't be happening to me. It's happening right under your nose. Live in the denial state. And mental health, you see, there's a thin line between a mental health that is 100% and a mental health that is problematic. So if you think these things are okay to you, praise the Lord for your life. But if they are not, don't live and deal with them. So number 1, live in the denial state. For everybody to think you have a beautiful relationship whereby your soul knows that you are not happy, that things are not right. Number 2 means either you let go of the relationship because you've worked through all these things, you've come to realize that no change would come. And you know that God, who equally, we normally tell people God hates divorce and it's biblical. Yeah. Take it from this young woman. The God who hates divorce equally hates dysfunctional marriages. If you don't address your toxic relationship and your mental health gets affected, now the questions that you'll be asking God is why? What happened? And you know you've lived a good life, been a good husband, a good wife. So now the bone of contention would be, why couldn't God? Yeah, it would affect your love for God. So address these issues and don't live under that. The caveat is that is put there such that you know that nobody has the right to make another person's life miserable. So number 2, you leave the relationship. If you are dating, courting, praise the Lord, you are gone. The next available destination, you are gone. And number 3, you work on yourself, body, soul, and spirit. Sometimes our situations will never change. Sometimes some of the partners will never grow up. They will never mature. They will only grow older. They won't grow up. Sometimes they will not love us right. It doesn't matter what we do. It is not about you or anything about you. It doesn't make them bad people. They can't love you the way you understand and want to be loved. There is no connection, there's no chemistry, there's no compatibility. Something I'll do all the three together some other time. So you've grown old like a brother and a sister living together, like roommates, and it's normal for you. But when you change your mindset, your beliefs, and your paradigms about love, relationship, and sex, and every other thing, even if these partners of us do not change, our mindset changes, our beliefs change, our paradigms change, such that we will love and accept them just the way they are. And to me, that is the truest and the highest form of love, where you know people can never change. They can never love you right, and you still decide to be with them and to love them regardless. So in every form of relationship, you have these three options: live in denial state, walk away, or work on yourself. Everything depends on you. So work out these things. Don't allow anything to affect your mental health and think it's normal. You go away. It will never go away by itself. You would have to make it go away, my dear. There are some things, if you don't confront, they will never go away. There are times you have to teach people how to treat you right. Many people will never do right by us, but we would have to decide how long we allow them to continually take us for granted. So some of these things you must assertively, in love, in respect, in harmony, working together as a team. Not I am the saint, my partner is the sinner. If you come from that age, nothing will work out for you. Don't accept toxic relationship. Don't. In this age, that love is in the highest elements. If your relationship is toxic, you might be the only person living on that address. That we are loving one another, supporting one another, financially, emotionally, every other thing, and you would accept toxic relationship in this age. No, it's not normal. So find ways of talking about these things. The fact that people can't love you right doesn't mean they are bad people. The truth of the matter is, at a certain age, it doesn't matter what you teach people, they would always return to their set point. So if you've lived this long and still they've never learned to treat you right, chances are this is the way it will be. But just like I said, if your mindset, your beliefs and paradigms change, you'll be able to still enjoy them regardless of their shortcomings. But don't accept it as normal. If there's something you can do about it, do it. Because in old age, what will bond you together in love, so that through all the challenges that old age brings, you'll be able to be together, is the way you are treating each other today. So don't stay in a toxic relationship and think it's normal. After you've worked on your finances, work on your health. And that health includes your love, life also. That includes your love life also. Love is a very beautiful thing, a supernatural power. But it depends on our understanding to it. It depends on the person we choose. Marriage is a beautiful thing, but it's the people within the marriage that makes it a blessing or a burden. Love in all its forms is a beautiful thing. But as to whether those in love will treat their partners beautifully depends on who they are. So love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. Live intentionally. Understand that we are co-creators of our lives. That whatever you don't want in your life, you let it go. Whatever you want, you magnify it. Learn more into it, make it better so you can enjoy it. before you would give it out. So when we say February is the month of love, what that means is that love is supposed to begin with us. What can you do that your soul will feel loved from you yourself? Such that when you are loving your partner and somebody else, it will not come from an empty cup. It will not be fake and scams. It would be pure, sincere, genuine love. Love that you experience yourself. And you can therefore express it to somebody else. Edna, thank you. I've seen your comments. So in the month of love, my darling, love yourself. Such that when you stand in front of a mirror and you communicate to your soul, you can feel your soul clapping for you. When you tell yourself, I love you, your soul will believe you. Love yourself enough to walk away from everything that is not serving you and servicing your purpose. Month of life, month of love, live purposefully. Live purposefully. What can you do in the case of the traffic light to end with today? Let's use the traffic light. Red means go. Yellow means stop or stay. And then green means what? Go. So the stop. What are some of the things you can stop doing so your life will be better? What are some of the things you can stop doing? Not you can. You would have to stop doing this year. You know them. If you love yourself enough to live a fruitful life, what are some things we are doing that we know are not right? They are not allowing us to be a free, agentic adult to live. You're always looking over your shoulder. So the psychologists will say you have a host and authors. Your host is who we know, we see. But you have a lot of authors. We go here, you are a different creature here. We go there, you are a different creature here. You can't be yourself. You are not free. What are you afraid of, my dear one, that you can't be yourself? What are you afraid of? So what can you do? Stop. Traffic lights red. What can you stop doing? What should you stop doing? That will make your life better. In other words, what are you doing that you know they are not right? They are not helping you grow and develop into the person you would want to become. What are you doing? Many of us are faking, pretending. And I'm like, for how long can you pretend? Can't you be yourself for just a while? And don't tell me that is emotional intelligence. No, that's a different thing. Faking, being somebody you are not, just so you fit in, just so people accept you, just so people clap for you. I have lived that. I've left that address a long time ago. And the freedom that has brought to me, I'm wondering why people are still there. And they are victims of life they don't even know. Why should I pretend to be something I'm not? I don't understand. Don't you know a whole crowd can be wrong? That you want to fit in by all means. No. If you are made to stand out, even when you fit in, it won't work for you. And the danger is when you try fitting in and the whole crowd is clapping for you, and your soul comes back telling you, no, 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 you don't belong here. Don't listen. Wherever and whatever you have to do, that you have to dim your lights so that others will shine, you have lost it. You have lost it. You have lost it, my dear one. You don't need to fit in everywhere. A whole crowd can be wrong. So the traffic light red means, what do you have to stop in order for you to live a free, agentic adult? That you love God genuinely, that you love people without pretense, that if you hate something, you hate it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That you not harbor toxicity, that people will disrespect you so much and it's still normal to your brain. No. So traffic light red means, what should you stop doing that you know you have to stop in order for your life to be better? And we all know those things. Don't tell this young woman. List them yourself and work at it. And work at it. Because if you are free, you need to free somebody else, my dear one. If you have some power, then it becomes your job to empower somebody else. That is from Toni Morrison, American novelist and social critic. So we are not just living for ourselves. If his life is just yourself, it would be okay. It's not yourself. So please don't live and be afraid to try something new. Remember, amateurs built the Ark, professionals built Titanic. You know that, right? The Ark was built by amateurs, right? But the Ark, that Ark, you know Noah's Ark, it was built by amateurs. But the Titanic was built by professionals. And what happened to it? So that's something new you will try this year, is what would showcase you to the world. And if you're afraid to try, because the whole crowd will still say no, as for we don't do this here, this is not our hallmark, don't try it, and you are also afraid, how can you save yourself and save others? You see how we deceived ourselves? You are better off to lose as many people as you need in order not to lose yourself. Did you hear? You are better off losing as many people as you need in order not to lose yourself. No one worth keeping in your life is worth you losing yourself. Did you understand? That is it. No one worth keeping in this life is worth you losing yourself, so that they will be happier, so that their light will shine. No, not at all. No more and never again. Tell your soul that. So love yourself enough to live a fulfilled life. Work on your finances. Work on your health. Work on your purpose and your dream, because the universe is waiting to bring you support. But if you don't start, who knows? Today, you see my life is better. I signed up to StreamYard, right? It's a subscription based. I paid for it because it's disrespectful for me to talk to you when you can't hear what I'm speaking, what I'm saying. So let others who think they have the grace to do things so easily and so the whole universe is supporting them. Yes, let you and I begin taking baby steps. Even if we have to engineer that grace. Engineered grace means today I have a good network because I subscribe to StreamYard. I paid for it. So today you could hear me audibly. Some could just pick a phone, stand anywhere, and their recordings are awesome. I had to engineer this by paying for my wireless and also getting StreamYard. That's engineered grace. So if you forgot anything today, in conclusion, I am saying, let's engineer our grace. Put your feet in the water and see whether it will not part. And begin taking the baby steps and see whether help would not come. Anything that affects your mental health, don't keep quiet over them anymore. Don't try to fit in anywhere. Be yourself. The time for pretending and pleasing are over. Love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. What might be self-actualization to somebody might mean nothing to you. So you're not supposed to be jealous. You clap and celebrate other people, knowing that this is the life you have intentionally decided to live. I love you. I'll come your way some other time. But please, love yourself enough to live a fruitful life. And that means every opportunity that this universe gives you, you will learn and become better. If it doesn't change in our minds, it can't change in our hearts. And if it doesn't change in our hearts, it can't change in our actions. Our lives are the way they are because of our choices and decisions. If we want them to be different, we would have to take different course and different directions. I love you all and thank you for being here. God willing, I'll come your way again, probably Wednesday or Thursday or any other time that I am available to chat with you. The next time around, just like I said, today is the first time, I'll be able to give you a link so that you can join the video to also bring your ideas on board. This is supposed to be conversational. I thank you for being here. I love you. I have come to a place in my life that I want to live intentional. I want to be happy and healthier and live my free life. So whatever somebody else has, I don't care. What I'm able to have is what I'm grateful and happy for. Whilst I thank God for everybody else's success. And with that mindset, I live a peaceful life. I don't compare my journey to that of anybody else. Our assignments are different. Our stories are different. As long as I still have the pen in my hands, I'm still writing my story. And that is supposed to be your cause also. So thank you everyone who was able to be here live. Oh, Mama Pat, thank you for being here. Stephen, my apostle is here. Apostle, thank you for being on. Oh, wow. Rev, you are here. Reverend Willie, thank you for being on. I'm grateful. Today is the first time I tried the StreamYard. I'm going to learn in the course of the week, just like I said. Last week, the audio was so bad. It made me feel so much disrespectful to put an audio across there you can listen. So today I had to subscribe to StreamYard. I'm going to learn about it so that I'll be able to open the videos so you also be able to come on my videos and share so we can learn together. But what this young woman is leaving you with today, Sunday, is please live a free life. Be happy and content whilst you are working towards the better life you have. Don't stay stagnated. No. The baby steps will be multiplied once the universe sees that you are ready to own your life and to live on your own terms. Edna, thank you for being on. I'm so grateful. Lydia Sari, I can see you live. Thank you all, everybody. I'm so grateful you are here. I know you have other things to doing. I also have a lecture I have to be on. Okay, so I am so grateful everybody that was able to join. We'll talk more and we'll grow this. You would also share your ideas. Every day I wake up, the universe gives me opportunity to learn something before I sleep. I may never know what I'm going to learn from you. So let this journey be exciting and to be beautiful. I'll come your way again where we can interact. If you know how I can equally share the StreamYard and videos also, you can reach out to me. Because once I've subscribed, we have to use it. I'm so grateful and honored to have you all watching. You can watch the replay. My heart's desire for everybody this year is for you to be fruitful and multiply and to be free and to live yourself, your full life without pretense. So you don't get hosts and altars around. It brings you your soul so much satisfaction that you love God genuinely and purely and love your neighbor as yourself. Let's do away with the pretense. Let's take off the mask. It doesn't help any of us. Thank you for being on. I love you all. God bless and keep us. I'll come your way again. Bye for now.